Like, what does the term Black excellence mean to you, and how did it influence your design for this jersey?
Yeah, the term Black excellence to me really means that no matter what you're doing, no matter what stage you are in life, that you're doing something to the best of your ability and achieving excellence to your own self. That really what Black excellence means to me. How does it really influence the design was I wanted to figure out a way to honor and amplify the I guess the true essence of what this city holds, and that's a Black community here. Sometimes I feel like it's forgotten, but in other ways too. There's a lot of great things that happen here in the city of Charlotte, and a lot of the founding people in the community in areas kind of help shape and build the city what it is now.
When you talk like that, the fabric of Black excellence speaks to resilience and interconnectedness. How are those ideas in this design as well?
Yeah, well, obviously, speaking of fabrics, the first way to give a visual representation of something that as the city kind of embraces is a jersey. You know, with this jersey right here, it's one of the most prominent jerseys in Hornets history. The city loves this jersey on this template, so I feel like starting off with that base silhouette kind of amplifies like the fabric of excellence, because at this point in time, in this time frame, we had Dale Curry, Muggsy Bogues, Alonzo Mourning, and Larry Johnson, those type of guys that came here and set the excellence on our side with the Hornets. So, and the city was backing that. So, given that is more, I guess, this right here, this fabric, this garment right here, and this template of jersey from 88-97 is that fabric of excellence that the city embraces and sees. Obviously, past, present, and future, even up to current now, this right here was the trailblazer to set the way for the Hornets.
You know, Charlotte has a rich culture of Black history and legacy and cultural legacy. What specific elements from this jersey really kind of represent that Black community and have inspired this?
For sure. So obviously, you know, pinstripes are the Hornets' legacy, but the one thing that people, when you talk about the Charlotte Hornets, especially the city of Charlotte and the black community of Charlotte, is the pinstripes. So we changed the pinstripes to make them some of the Black prominent neighborhoods and areas and streets in Charlotte, places that were kind of breeding grounds for success in the Black community, places that people here that are proud to be from, and they obviously fight to keep those names alive and the nostalgia of those areas. And then you have obviously 4 right here as a talk about the 704, the people that throw the 4s up. The Black community calls basically the city the 4. So those 2 things right there are probably the most prominent on the jersey. With the neckline here is gold, which represents how prominent gold jewelry is in the Black community. Gold rings, gold chains, gold grills, earrings, watches, all that helps radiate our Black beauty. And I feel like even especially here in the city, that's the main thing people love. So I always say with that is like that's the Black community's mint and what the treasure that we're gonna hold. So playing that with the golden pinstripes, I was saying these are our streets of gold here, and this is how that part would never die.
There's so many things that you brought up that are representative of Black culture in the past, but how did you also ensure that this jersey represented Black culture for the present and the future?
Yes. So basically where it starts honestly with me. Like I said, at the time frame in the jersey, I was just a kid, but I was influenced and I was kind of inspired by the people at that time frame then. So taking that now to the present with me, I just want to be that trailblazer, especially with this jersey to throw at something that's stylish and popular. I wanted to be that next inspiration or that next kind of influence to the younger generation here in Charlotte. The Charlotte community here, especially with a lot of the youth here, are very innovative. They're very bright. They're very smart. And I feel like they can be the change makers of the city and also in the future. So this is really more, aside from the jersey being a throwback, it's more, since this is a grounding point of being inaugural, this is what the first thing they'll see starting from here on out. So it's more about seeing how this will relate to the youth of Charlotte.
You know, you talk about the future and the youth, and they're going to see this jersey. This is the first Black excellence jersey in the NBA. What does it mean to you just to be a part of that groundbreaking moment, to be the first one to design one of these?
Honestly, it really means more than I can say. It kind of hits more personal, given the fact that I was able to bring something like this to the Hornets organization. The fact that like the Charlotte Hornets is inaugural for this campaign when it comes to this jersey, and we brought that to the NBA, which made it inaugural for the league. So it means more in the fact that my home state, the hometown team, to be able to set out to pioneer this kind of like campaign out.
Now, you've also done jerseys like this before for other sports organizations, but this one just feels a little bit more deeply rooted in the community. What made this project feel different or more personal for you?
Honestly, the fact that this is the hometown team, it's the NBA. Like, I grew up coming to Hornets games, so the fact that like being a kid that was sitting in section 232 to like be now like in front of this like face of this summer project, it looks a little more personal to me because of the fact of like being a supporter for so many years and the fact I've always been a fan of the NBA and just basketball itself. And aside from that, just being a kid from North Carolina, the fact that like I said, the Hornets is the kind of the main kind of identity that we always kind of carry. So.
The word heart on the jersey, love the way that it's done. It represents a lot of things: bold, courageous, strong. How did you kind of take that and influence that through this jersey with that?
Yeah, I mean, that, like I said, is an embodiment of the city. The black community here is strong, is bold, is courageous. They fight for what they believe in to not let anything take away from them. So to kind of put that into the jersey sense, the same thing with us and our culture here. We're strong, we're bold, we're courageous, we fight. I feel like with all those type of characteristics, it's just so in line with each other that it had to be represented on the jersey. Originally, like I said, with it growing out, the dog was growing out of those letters. It's just saying how it would never die. It would blossom into something beautiful. And obviously, you rearrange that word heart. It spells actually the word heart too. So everything that ties from that, like it's the heart of the city. Like the Hornets is kind of like the heart of the Charlotte, and obviously part of the heart of North Carolina too. That makes that heartbeat grow. All those things are kind of just intertwined with each other within the fabric.
This jersey is more than just the jersey. It represents so much more about the heart of this city. How do you hope people feel when they see it or when they put it on?
Honestly, what my biggest takeaway is I hope people here wear it with pride, wear it with honor. I'm always saying it's never me, it's always we. I want this to be a big community representation that like we get to wear this with pride, we get to wear this with honor, we get to wear this with the sense of resilience that like we are the pioneers of this kind of movement. And the fact that like Charlotte is getting the national shine, not across the NBA but across the nation and the world, those things kind of mean a lot. And the fact that the people here have been pushing just to get that recognition in the city.
How do you also see this jersey contributing to that ongoing narrative of black excellence here in Charlotte and its surrounding community?
Hopefully this can open up a lot of opportunities for the black community here. There's a lot of, dope black businesses, a lot of great entrepreneurs, like creatives, people of the arts, that all play a part here into the city and making it what it is. So hopefully this right here is a campaign to really to kind of like spark interest in other businesses here in Charlotte, to bring more cultural enrichment and diversity in those ways, and to bring opportunities of the community, which ways the community backs you, I feel like you would never fail. So.
Absolutely amazing job on creating this jersey. Very excited to see it. When will it be available? How can fans get it? This is what we want to know. How is it going to be available?
It'll be Friday, February 7th, in-store only at the Hornets fan shop here at Spectrum Center at 11 o'clock a.m. It's only 300 jerseys, though, in limited very edition, and it's only priced at $100. So the narrative behind this, we really want it to be for the community and the city of Charlotte. So really, we're just giving it back and make it exclusively available in person for the city and the community.